Welcome back to True Horsemanship. I've showed this one again. We've got another pullback horse. Nick has done some research on her, and she has found at one time she did tie. And what's made her not tie, I don't know. We got involved because she flipped over backwards, and so me and Nick went over there, and basically I found out she had a sore back because she flipped over on the saddle. But anyway, she's here now, and a lot of people knows this horse. And I'm going to say straight out, I'm going to work on this horse's pullback problem. And all you ladies who thinks this horse is so sweet, and after we get her fixed, don't bother emailing us to adopt her. If you couldn't get her when she had her problem and willing to work on her problem, to me, you don't deserve to have her. And that's cut and dry. If you don't like what I say, well, you kiss mine, you know what. I don't care. Anyway, so I want to go through. Right now, I've got her not tied, just looped, and she's standing real good. I'm using my 60-foot rope, and I got this kind of clip on it. It's real easy. If I have to get it off, I can. No problem. Same clip I use for the barrel rope when bucking horse and everything else. And so what I'm going to do is hook her up and rig her. And she liable to just stand there. We don't know. But if she does panic, I'm going to be warning you. Since she's got the habit of pulling back, first few times might not be pretty. And my job is to try to safely teach her not to pull back, because in the long run it's not safe for her or a person if she does it. And she's going to need chiropractic work here sometime, but I prefer to do this now before she has chiropractic work, because if she does pull back, I mean, it's going to undo what a chiropractor did. Purposely make her react. I got my plastic bag on a stick. Here's a little tidbit. When you're using a plastic bag, what I always do is cut the hole out at the bottom, because if you don't, air liable will get in there and pain in the butt, actually. So all I'm going to do is just wrap this around my hitching post real good. Now, unless you got a sturdy hitching post, don't do this. I mean, common sense tells you not to. Rigging this up, I'm going so my rope is over the top. If she pulls, right now, if she pulls back, there's a little bit of tension on there without me grabbing it. I ain't pulled back today. And that's the hard thing with some horses. They have problems. And you go work on it, and they're liable to just stand there like a champ. And it's hard to fix a problem if they don't react when you need them to.
Hey!
So I'm just going to irritate her a little bit. This is an older mare. She's 22, I think Nikki said, or 21. One or two. she pulls back when you saddle her. Because right now she's respecting this rope. She's respecting that lead. So right there, she's respecting that lead. So, I gotta sort of surmise and do detective work when I'm working with these horses and what the stories tell me. And like I said, told that she reacts when you get a saddle on. So what I'm gonna have to do, and y'all, I don't know how this is gonna go. I'm gonna be quite honest, but I'm gonna be the first one. Do not do this at home unless you got somebody who really knows what they're doing. And my favorite help is pregnant now, so she's out of the way. Now she is working on the camera. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to saddle her up here in a minute. I'm going to go over a few things before I do. I then took the plastic bag, as y'all saw. She didn't really react bad with it. She did move, but she didn't overreact, so that's fine. But before I do, I will go ahead and take one more step and just flip my rope around her and see what happens. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to read this mirror, see if I can see anything, so that way I can be prepared. A lot of times, what horses will, especially you dang with people who over tighten these girths because you don't know how to get on the damn saddle. What can happen as time goes on, we had a palmetto that happened. Right here, that nerve will start getting sore and getting pinched. So every time you tighten it up, they're going to buck or get where they don't want to see that saddle any longer. Like I said, we had a palmetto here that was real bad about it, and we finally got him out of it after time. But one thing about a lot of horses, pain will cause bad habits. They'll learn a bad habit because of pain, and then they figure, you get rid of the pain, but you still got the habit. Like with that palmetto, we got a hill right behind the camera. I start facing him away from the hill, so when I saddle him up, he'd back up, he'd feel that hill, and then he'd stop reacting. And in time, he got where he just looked behind him and see if that hill was there. If the hill wasn't there, he would react negative, but if the hill was there, he'd behave. And eventually, we got him where you could saddle him anywhere. Now, when I first saw this mare, like I said, she flipped over backwards, she flipped on the saddle, and she was sore here. She's sore of the withers too, Nick?
No.
She wasn't sore of the withers, she was just sore back here. Right now I'm pushing hard where this nerve is at. She's not overreacting on this side, and she's not on the other either. So I'm going to have her tied up snug, but I got my hand on this. And I got the rope in front of me, not behind me. So that way if she does react negative, I'm not going to try to hold her, but I want to put a little pressure on that halter. And each time she'll stand there better and better. Now one thing too, what people will do, especially newbies or people that hasn't been around a lot of horses, a horse will be half asleep, they go saddle them, they just throw the damn saddle on there and don't even tell them I'm coming. But in all my videos, if you watch me do things, you'll see me telling this horse I'm coming, picking up his feet. I'll touch the shoulder, the hip, let that horse know I'm coming to approaching it somewhere. And like right now when I threw my pad up there, I got my hand petting on the horse, letting her know I'm coming. I'm not going to hide and say, boom, there you are. I mean, it's not fair. Hell, we'll jump if we get scared. I just got my foot on the rope so I can control it a little bit. of times you see me work around this horse, you'll see my hands on her. I'm letting her know where I'm at. Move this hip over a little bit. Now normally I would have just pushed that hip over like I started to, but like I said, we do know somewhat of this horse's history, and if I pushed her right there, she could have reacted negative and been on top of me. So that's why I choose to back off, use my rope to move that hip. A lot of saddle issues is caused by us humans. And the biggest one is over tightening this girth down. I mean, I see it all time and time again. Like right now, I'm just going to snug it right there for right now, because I do know her history, and I never tighten completely hard down anyway. But you'll see me do it a little at a time. I'm not going to cut her in half with that girth. I see so many times people, even little short petite ladies, they'll be there and they'll put that darn leather, let it go on their shoulder and just lean it up and pull it tight. That's bull crap. If you got to do that, learn how to get on the saddle, people. It's that easy. Forward. I guarantee you, that's what's happened to her. Somebody's been tightening her down too damn tight, shutting her air off. And what happens is, okay, you notice her's pioneer. Now I can really get on my bandwagon. That has been caused from you people tightening that girth so far. Well, she's learned she can react like that. That'll help loosen that up, and she can damn breathe. Especially you, I'm going to get flack for this one. You heavy people, either lose some weight or learn how to get on these saddles right. It's that simple. Because I see it too many times. Y'all pulling these poor horses back, and you wonder why the horse starts moving or start doing this crap. So I'm just going to let her settle. And this is actually going to be an easy one, because all I got to do is let her know that somebody's not going to cut her in half with that girth. And that's what's happened. Somebody's really tightened her down. Just going to let her stand there. Her whole body is telling me that. You see how she's trying to stretch out? And she's trying to get away from that pressure, because and I don't have it tight, I've got a wide girth, I like the wider ones, because somebody's yanked down on her. She's an old schooling horse. You people, trainers who use horses for schooling, start looking more out for the horse instead of your damn client. If your client cannot mount a horse without you over-girthing them, fine, you better learn how to teach them how to get on. It's that simple. And if you don't know how to teach them, well,